Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. We are here to start a new little mini series where I'm going to be ranking some makeup. We are starting with bronzers today. I'm going to rank my bronzers, my highlighters, my blushes. I'm going to rank my foundations. Recently, I ranked all of the eyeshadow palettes that I tried in 2021, and today it's all about bronzers. I do have 8 bronzers in my collection. I want to say this and foundations are probably my 2 smallest categories. Blush and highlighters, definitely a lot larger. But I am here to share with you my bronzers, and we're going to rank them based on least favorite to most favorite. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Kelly, and I love all things makeup and beauty. I love talking. I love makeup. I love talking about makeup. So if you like to chat about makeup too, I would love to have you subscribe and be part of the K Bella fam. But why don't we go ahead and get ranking. We are going to just jump right in. I have all of the bronzers that I own, including bronzers that are in face palettes. So coming in the number 8 category is a bronzer that you can find here in this Jaclyn Cosmetics duo. This is the duo in Pink Me Up and Oh Honey. Now, the reason why this bronzer is coming in the bottom spot is just that I feel like it's super light and I have to work really hard to get the pigment on my face. So I kind of have to dip in, I have to use a brush that's more dense, and I have to go in and really layer it. So honestly, that's the reason why it's in last place. I think the formula is great, I think the texture is fine. I just really don't find myself reaching for it because it doesn't really show up on me. So that's number 8. Coming in the number 7 spot is a little mini by Hourglass. This is the Ambient Lighting Duo in Luminous Bronze Light. And honestly, I feel like part of why this is probably coming in at the number 7 is because this has been in my project pans for the past few years, and I've just worn it out and not worn it down. Now, this is definitely a more luminous, glowy bronzer, definitely a little bit more warm toned. And I honestly think just because I have used it so much that I'm not loving it anymore, because I did like it in the beginning. It did give me a nice luminous glow and warm up the face. I just find that we need a break. And because of that, it's in the number 7 spot. In the number 6 spot is this guy right here. This is the Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder by the Glowish, which is by Huda Beauty. And this is in the shade 2 Medium. I like this. I think it's good. I take a nice big fluffy brush and I'll kind of put it right on the face. But again, this is one where I feel like I have to build up the pigmentation, and it can be a little bit more on the orange warm tone side. Being that I'm a natural redhead, I don't want it to be very orange. I don't mind it being warm, but I don't want it to be orange. So I do think that this is a like, not a love for that reason. I have to build it up, and it's not my perfect color story, and that's why it's in the number 6 spot. Coming in at number 5, I honestly think, so I did this ranking last weekend, but I've been trying this bronzer out more, and I honestly think that I might like the Glowish bronzer more than this one, but I placed it in the number 5 spot. This is the bronzer between Ofra Cosmetics and Samantha March in River, and I find that this is kind of pulling orange on me. Now, this is the bronzer that I'm wearing today, but I do have another bronzer on underneath that's a little bit cooler. This on its own is too warm for me. It pulls too orange. It's very, very pigmented, which is why I put it lower. A little bit goes a long way. I like that you can either do just the matte or mix the matte and the shimmer, but I don't think I'm in love with this shade. And this is something that I'm finding out after having this in my Project 10 uses and trying this more on a regular basis. I just don't think this color story is the best for me. So originally I had this as number 5 and this is number 6, but I think I honestly would switch these and I would put this as number 6 and this is number 5 because I like this color story a little bit more. Impromptu change here. In the number 4 spot is my beautiful Christian Dior. This is the Dior Forever Natural Bronze in the shade 5 Warm Bronze. Now, this packaging, so luxurious. Love that you have a mirror in it. Definitely obsessed with the packaging. I like this bronzer. I think it's great. I do have to work to build it up a little bit, but I really like the color of this one. It doesn't pull too warm on me, but it's not cool toned. It blends out nicely, and I really enjoy it. So there you have it. This next bronzer, I have it in a compact, but you can get it separately. The number 3 is the Benefit Hoola Bronzer. Now, I have tried this on its own in its own little compact, the box packaging, but I decluttered it after trying it for several years, moving on to try some other bronzers, but I came back to it. I purchased this because I wanted Hoola and Dallas back in my collection, and I wanted to try Cookie. I really, really like the Hoola bronzer. This is like the original. I know now they have like light and deeper. This is the original. It's a great shade for me, super pigmented, blends out nicely, and I just really enjoy the look that it gives me, so that's why it's in the top 3. In the number 2 spot is this bad boy right here by Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Airbrush Bronzer in the shade 2 Medium. I love this bronzer. It looks really deep. It's honestly not that deep. I go in with a nice fluffy brush. I blend it out. The thing I like about this is it's much more of like a neutral shade of bronzer. Not too cool, but not too warm. I can use it to sculpt and bronze, but it's not going to make me look orange. It's definitely like very blendable, very luxurious. The packaging is great. You have a mirror, and it is for sure a go-to for me. But coming in at the number 1 spot, my favorite bronzer. This is the bronzer I have on underneath the Ofra Cosmetics bronzer, and I typically, these days, I do like 2 bronzers for one look. I go in with my number 1, and then I pick another bronzer to go in after. It's another Charlotte Tilbury. This is in the Filmstar Bronze and Glow, the Face Sculpt shade. I have fair medium, not fair medium. Why did I say, yes, fair medium. I have fair medium. This sculpt shade, I've had this for years. Honestly, this was something where I used it a ton when I first got it, put it away in a drawer. Then I made myself bring it back in again. I love this sculpt shade. I use it with a dense brush, and I put it right in the hollows of my cheeks almost as a contour, and then I'll go in with another bronzer and like blend it out. But this is like the perfect shade for me. This, honestly, this is what I'm wearing in combination with the Ofra one. This tones the Ofra one down so it's not so orange, but it's not cool tone. It leans more on the cooler side, but it's still not too cool toned that it's like gray. I just love this bronzer. It's definitely the one that I use the most. I have a huge dip in it. I don't think you can see it, but I have a huge dip in it. I reach for it almost every single day, and that's why it had to be in the top spot. But that is going to do it for this video, ranking my bronzers. It's a short video, quick and easy. I didn't have a ton of bronzers to rank, but still wanted to share my thoughts with you. If you like this style of video, definitely give this video a thumbs up and make sure you are subscribed, because each week we're going to be ranking something new. We got foundations, we have highlighters, we have blush. I didn't rank my lipsticks, but I think at the end I'll probably throw in like just my favorite lipsticks out of the bunch, unless you want to see a full ranking. Let me know. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.